Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and then glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Qudash, the one to the apostle Nelson Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth from the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai have mercy upon you. Alright, y'all, I'm going to kind of video. What they say, man with violent, well, let me see, 18-year-old deleted at Walmart after allegedly kicking a shopping cart. Now, this 18-year-old is which makes him an adult. He's a so-called Edomite. Well, he's an Edomite, not a so-called Edomite. This so-called, white man, but he's an Edomite, right? He's so-called white man, and the individual that allegedly deleted him, we're gonna use the word allegedly as well. Allegedly deleted him, was a so-called black man, right? Now, you see immediately. Let's read this other note here. Man accused of stabbing teen who allegedly kicked his shopping cart at Walmart. But the thing is, right, now he's all of a sudden a teen and this here and that and this him, right? He's not an adult, right? And then they went straight to what? Demonizing man with violent criminal history on parole allegedly stabs him to what? To death. Officials. I'm not going to click on it at the present moment because what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over here on, you know what? Yeah, YouTube. Let's go to YouTube real quick. Right? And let's play these. I'm going to play, I'll move this thing a little bit. These, what happened, give you a small version of it. I think it's about like a minute. What it is about. Actually, about 30 seconds, right? So let's listen up.
Chatham County Police say they have arrested and charged a man after a deadly stabbing at the Walmart on Whitmarsh Island that happened last Thursday. Police say 48-year-old Delano Middleton is charged with murder. They say Middleton was leaving Walmart with his shopping cart when an 18-year-old kicked the shopping cart as he passed by. Well, that led to an altercation that left the 18-year-old at the time severely injured. They later died at the hospital.
Okay, but the thing is that what they left out the overall, what happened. They know more than that because this, you know what, Walmart, not know what, but Walmart got what, cameras on every angle, every view. Let's read some of these comments, see do they get, wait a minute, his thing, man, ain't got that many comments on here. Let's read, see can you get somebody, he got 3 comments. Let's see can we get something out of this here, if they gonna let me get it. Let's see something. They ain't gonna even let me, get them, y'all. I wonder why. Let's see some comment. News. Okay, here we go. I pulled them up. Luke says, wonder if Black America is ready for what's gonna happen to them pretty soon. I don't think they are. Wow. Those some big words there, y'all. Y'all hear that? And y'all know now. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not. Don't know, but apparently it is. But see, you notice that the so-called white man, he usually watch what he says, and out of his mouth, But now, since in other words, these devils is pushing the people for a race war. This is what they're doing. They want a race war, and they're giving them just what they want, right? I don't know this. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't seen a video. No one showed no stabbing or none of that. All they got is someone saying, man, now no AI. Listen, man, AI is getting very good, very, very, very good to where you got to what? You got to take a second, third, and fourth, fifth look, right? But Luke here, this is a I say he's a so-called white man. Wonder if Black America is ready for what's gonna happen to them pretty soon. I don't think they are. So what do he mean? That white people are gathering together for what? For a race war? They've been doing while you niggas run around here trying to go to see Chris Brown and around in the hood trying to get high and selling drugs and all this kind of. Then white folks getting ready for your ass. Okay, who is it? I can't even say the name. No, who a man? I can't read this crap. He says anyway. When will white people stand up? Another sub-Saharan committing a racist crime. Now I've heard that sub-Saharan crap on the Twins show. The two twin guys. So these are so-called white people, right? Reacting to this on WTOC news concerning this young man's death. Even though he's considered to be grown at that age, but they are reacting to what in a negative manner. See what I'm talking about? Now let's go here. We're gonna go here, right? Let's scroll down a little bit. I'm on this brother page here. I'm gonna read what he says, right? What happened? Read what he say. He say fatal Walmart fight. See, he say fight. This is a brother here. Eric Johnson says fatal Walmart fight. Teen stabbed after kicking man's shopping cart. So the man minded, the so-called black man is minding his business, right? So he's minding his business. Move this over a little bit. So the black man, so-called black man, minding his business, coming out of the Walmart, and all of a sudden, the guy here kicks his basket. Why? Esau Edom. I tell you what. Fatal. Let's read this real quick. Fatal Walmart fight. Teen stabbed after kicking man's shopping cart. The incident took place on October the 23rd of 2025 at a Walmart in Chatham County, Georgia, where 18-year-old JT Schroeder, that sounds like one of them, y'all, was fatally stabbed by 48-year-old Delano Middleton. The confrontation reportedly started when Schroeder kicked Middleton's shopping cart as Middleton was exiting the store, according to police. Oh, police said it. So he started it, huh? The altercation quickly escalated, leading Middleton to stab. I can't say that name, man. Schroeder multiple times, causing fatal injuries. If somebody stick me one time, I know he got a knife, I'm not gonna go back up to him for a second or third or fourth. So apparently the knife he must have been a small knife. Because if it was big, it probably felt like sometimes you got a smaller knife, it feel like needles, but it's doing significant damage to you. Schroeder died 4 days later on October the 27th. Now listen to this here. From over 10 stab wounds and lacerations. Listen up now. Middleton was arrested and charged with murder, having a prior criminal record, including a previous aggravated assault conviction from 2021 for which he pled guilty in 2023 and was on probation during the Walmart incident. The prosecutors have I'm reading up on this thing, got kind of hard to see, y'all. Petition to have his probation revoked. Schroeder's father said his son was not confrontational. Yeah, right. The police say he did it. Unless provoked. Imagine that. You got to provoke Esau for him to do something to you, huh? Are we familiar with all the mass shooting? So what provokes all the mass shooting that what a so-called white man does in this country? Somebody got to do something to him for him to start doing that? No. Innocent people. Provoked and what? So I guess all the innocent people that got gunned down with mass gunned down at these schools and at these well, mainly schools, right? Kids. So the kid done something to you? They gotta be provoked? No. He's so even just that man. He's the man of war, and felt that the police account was what incomplete. That's what he said. Now he arguing with the cop. After Schroeder's death, his organs. See, I'm talking about y'all. His organs were donated to those in need, honored by what hospital staff. See what I'm talking about? See, that was the thing was. You shouldn't put that shit on your license, right? You know, those of you want to, then do it. But I myself won't do that because if they got a chance, an opportunity to save you, it means a 50-50. There's a good chance that you want to donate what? Your organs. And I'll say this here: you so-called black people, you got to be the dumb of the dumbest to do that. But hey, have at it. Now, this brother, I mean, he looked like, what he look like? What do he look like, y'all? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What do he look like? You know, that man was minding his business, man. Then here comes the wicked, with his proud entitlement. Don't he look entitled? He is definitely entitled. So this man was minding his own business, coming out the store, and then I mean, what he did? Push the basket on top of him or something? No. The police officer, quite naturally, they viewed the camera. They say he kicked the basket. And then what? That was a confrontation. Now let's read the comments. Chandrell Poole says, when I was 18, I would have never think to kick anyone's less known an adult shopping cart. The young adult may have kicked the old adult's cart simply for what? For just kicks, but uncool because you never know a person. Yeah, right. There you go. There go the so-called black woman making excuses for what? For the serpent, because you never know a person's internal trauma. It's best to mind, even if let's say Jake ain't got good sense and he is crazy. You think they're gonna highlight that? No, they're not gonna highlight that. They're not gonna highlight him having a problem, right? I'm praying for both families as each other's lost a son and someone most likely lost a father as well. No, you somebody praying for someone when on the other you see on the other that news stations comments, the media man on there talking about war, talking about doing something to your ass, right? And most of you so-called black women, y'all ain't got no protection. Y'all do not have no protection. But you already wants to you want to side. You already want to side with your enemy though. But it's all good. Chandrell Poole say he ran into the kid with the cart. Dummy. That's a white man. See, even though her comment, listen at this now. Even though her comment was not an inappropriate comment, but this white man right here, Billy Studstill, what did he do? He ran into the kid with the cart, dummy. How do you know that? The cop didn't say that. The cop say that he kicked the cart. You see how white people make up shit as you go? And then this would be a what? This would, see? Well, let's see something here. Look at that. Here go another one. What is this here? E. Looks like, yes, that's an E. Exactly. Who she, hold up. Damn, they got a lot of replies, man. I'll click on this message. They're gonna lose the other stuff. You know what? Let's just click on it. What the hell? But y'all know I go through them pretty quick. Okay. Brooke Quentin's Anton, this one didn't dummy, but he did. Yeah. No, not really, but I'm done. I was also taught to read past my elders. Meet me in town, boy. So, see, the so-called white man, look at his violent nature. This is what he's doing. He's going down here, and this is Billy. Billy, coming at these black women, and then they not being disrespectful, but he's still coming into what? He coming at them in a negative manner. Meet me in town, boy. Boy, I tell you. Rosalind Williams say, so if someone kicked the cart, do you stab them? They said it was a fight. I just read it. This was a fight. It wasn't no just he just kicked the cart and he pushed or whatever. It was a confrontation, and they said a young man started the fight. So what are you talking about? As a grown man, if a kid kicked my cart, I'm sure it wouldn't end that way. But you don't know what happened later, right? How you know he ain't come around there and get in the guy's face? But if he would have just kept his foot under his body and not uplift his feet and do it and just distract the man for whatever, kicking his cart. They said kicking his cart. How we know that he didn't kick him? How we know that? I mean, Esau is always subject to what to take something twisted. How we know the so-called white man didn't kick him? But after it is what it is. That's okay. Jacqueline says, why do everyone think their child is good? Exactly. When our children aren't around us, we will be surprised of things they do and say. Like I said, he was entitled. Look at him. And he look like a skittle. They respect us and dare not to prove. Dare not prove us what wrong. Now I don't think it took all of that happened to the young man, but young people trust and believe. Older people are not going to let you disrespect them, and will stand their ground. Leave people alone. That's the whole point. Leave people alone. Leave the man alone. You don't know what they may be going through or how dangerous that person may be. The elderly man saw himself protecting himself. Sorry. This had to, what if he didn't have that little poker, that little knife? What would have happened? Sorry, this happened to this young man, praying for his family and an elderly guy. Just keep your hand to yourself, man. That's the whole point. It's just keeping your hand to yourself, regardless of who, regardless of what. I think whoever started the confrontation, that's just like if someone walk up to you and slapped you, right? Someone walk up to you and slapped you, right? And we know that they got into a confrontation. If someone just slaps you, you gonna just stand there? You gonna let the Bible do it and turn the other cheek? No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna respond immediately. I mean, it happened what it happened, but everything is of the Lord. Would that be even in the city? So that trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Should that be even in the city and the Lord had not done it? So the Most High is in charge of all what I'm thinking about. Trying to think about the other precept. You know what? I want to get into that. I want to get into a whole nother lesson and that. So let's read what Tamesia says. She said, the hell was he kicking carts for? Why? Let's see the response. It's just neat says, if he was doing a prank, people need to keep in mind. Now he wasn't doing no prank, because if he was doing a prank, most likely when they do in Walmart, they go do pranks in Walmart, there's going to be at least 2 or more people pranking a person, standing on at a distance while the person do his pranking. See, you stop making excuses for the white man's the so-called white man's wicked behavior. If he was doing a prank, people need to keep in mind that these content creators have weapons, and or well, apparently he didn't have a weapon, and apparently that wasn't the overall um, uh, actions that was said that what took place. All we know that what the young man started by kicking the cart. What happened after that, we don't know, but we know they ensued into a fight. Weapons and people with them. If things go wrong, they be prepared for anything. So you can't just randomly F with people without knowing what you are doing. Keisha Tobit says he won't be kicking nobody else's cart. Huh? See, I guess they doing that for the I know they read the so-called white man getting violent up there in the top, right? He won't. Melissa Devin says, I'm not saying that it was right for the kid to get stabbed. Obviously, this guy was a criminal. See, there we go. Well, what does him being a criminal and but him defending? As far as I'm concerned, he was defending himself. I mean, he wasn't the aggressor. Criminal and deserves whatever punishment he gets. See, excusing all the behavior of the so-called white boy, what the young man did. They excuse his behavior. The behavior leading up to what? To it has to stop and not be executed, allowed, or dismissed. All people have a breaking point. You know what? Before I finish that, let me do this. Let me get this precept right quick, just to make a point, right? 70. What I want some because she said what she said, right? But let me tell you what the Bible says about the wicked, right? This is Psalm 73 and verse 5. They who Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and especially his entitled children, they are not in trouble as others men. Other men who? Israelites. We are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible, of the scriptures. So we're always going to catch hell from the hands of of our enemies, man. Because we're still even though we're over here and they don't have chains around our necks and our ankles, and we're not shackled, then guess what? We still are what? We still are being gunned down daily. We still are being what? Our lives are being taken daily. You know, this is a very, 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 very rare occasion. A very rare occasion. They are not in trouble as other men. Neither are they what? Are they plagued like other men? So they don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about being stopped. And in the process of them being stopped, they don't have to worry about being harassed, right? This is why most of you all so-called black people, if you got to go to the store or whatever, wait till you go. Wait till nightfall. You want to know why when they wait till nightfall? So they can't what? So they can't see who you are, who the one is driving. So they can do what? We know what they doing. Oh, they got one. You know what they doing? Profiling. Okay. Further, with her this is an Edomite woman, Melissa. She said, with that being said, I have a 12-year-old biracial son. She said she got a biracial son, y'all. And he has been verbally attacked by press because of his skin color. See that? See the racism? Huh? And this paragraph within itself just proved my point from that precept I just read that what? They meaning Esau, Edom, the wicked of the earth, Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, are not in trouble as other men. Neither are they plagued like other men. So she said he's been what? I said she got a biracial son and he has been what? Verbally attacked by press because of his skin color. And imagine that for real? No, not in America. Called very nasty, racially discriminatory names on repeat. See that? I told you they're getting bold in these last days, y'all. You know, Esau, Edom is trying to start a race war among the people. But guess what? That race war is going to start between you all first, Democrat and Republican, because it's oh man. Anyway, I don't want to get off subject. And the admin at his school did not protect him. He came to what? breaking point eventually and beat up the kid and got suspended. See that? He didn't start it. What happened? A kid was what? A so-called white kid was messing with her biracial son, targeting him, probably pushing on him and messing with him until what? He came to a breaking point until he did what? He was defending himself. That's all he did. I was told that day are just words, and he needs to be recite. What that word is? Let me see what that word. Let me Google this word, y'all. What that word is? She got R-E-S-I. You know Esau and they words, man. They make up words every day. Recite, unless she did a let's see definition. Resilient of a person or animal able to what? To withstand or recover quickly from what? From difficult conditions. Of a substance or object able to what? Recoil or spring back into shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. In other words, you being bullied, and they calling you all type of N words and F this and whatever. Ignore it. That's what they're saying. But it's okay. But if someone is bullying a so-called white person's child, they wouldn't say that. They wouldn't say that. She said further, I was also told that the kid made these disgusting comments more than 11 times in one day before my son finally caved. It had been over 2 years of what? Of this behavior. 2 years, man. He waited 2 years to get hold of his ass. See what I'm talking about? Now watch this here. Let's click on her what's her name? Let's click on her responses. Right? Oh, she came a little further and said something else. I'm going to show my son this thread. Things are going really well now, but I want him to see that he has people other than me and his dad. Wow. She's saying protection, right? Who is this here? Look like a white woman, so-called white woman. Mocha Hampton says, I try to tell my boys, don't engage with folks. I don't care if they are what, giving you the finger on the highway or blowing the horn. Just keep it moving. Man, listen, man, in the days that we're in now, man, the hell that is going on in America, that's at least someone should be doing is what? Is picking with anyone. Because everybody catching hell around here, right? I don't care. They're going to use the finger on the highway or blowing you the finger. We are dealing a multitude of demons out here. Well, one simple thing folks used to do become deadly now. Just like the video of the, what that is, psychiatry, what that is, Matthew 24:12. Damn, what is it? Got the precept. Psychotic behavior. In other words, people are going to what? Are going to be turning on one another for what? For it. It's going to get worse though. I don't want to change my subject up. You for holding the door for her. Ended update. Hold up. I skipped something. Hold up. Just like the video of the lady going after the other lady because she didn't say thank you. I remember that. For holding the door for her. Ended up deleted. It was so simple back then. If no one say hi after you said hi, and if you bump folks, you say excuse me and go on. You see these women, they always gonna add their 2 cents in in whatever. So let's just one more thing I want to go. Where I want to go here. I'm not gonna read anymore, y'all. The video. Let's go here. Right where I started at. I'm gonna click on this and see what they're gonna play because what they did. See, but they're always going to demonize Jake, man. You know, and Jake do look like he's a little off for real. But let's see some. Let's click on. Don't see what I haven't clicked on. Let's see what they're gonna give me. Man with violent criminal history on parole allegedly stabs teen to death of officials. Let's see. Let's see what they do, y'all. Hold on. Let me click on this. See what they're gonna give me. You know, all the negative. They're gonna get negative press, y'all, because we don't own none of these news media. They own them. Let's see. Y'all know how to jump when you clicking on stuff on Google video. They always take a little longer than usual. But let's see what we get. Then this Fox News flash. God damn, how many things I'm going to click on just to hear the video? Y'all bear with it, y'all. Just spinning. It ain't got nothing to do with my internet, y'all. I got good internet. Right? This is, I guess they ain't going to play it. I guess they want me to click on some, you know what? See there? All them commercials, Amazon selling. I ain't got time for all that. I was trying to get another version of news. I'm not going to hear all that. Oh, it come up. I tried to click off, then it came up. See, you can't even click off of it when you want to click off. Ain't that something? Look at that. I can't even click off of it. I got to actually hit it at the top just to get rid of it. I'm just going to get it off. I'm just going to delete that whole thing. Okay, right here. All right. Let me go to my precept, man. Then I'm going to close this out, right? Y'all listen up. Listen good, right? Listen up and listen good. Let's go back to God damn, just thought, oh, okay. Let's go back to, they are not in trouble. They who? Esau, Edom, the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man. They are not in trouble as other men. Neither are they plagued like other men. Drop down to verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Even in their what? In their wickedness, they still are uplifted in their kingdom. Why? Because they have total control over their kingdom. And they're going to continue, and they are the wicked. They are the wicked. So these things that what Jake is going through, whether he started or not, right? And most of the time, Jake don't be walking around here just starting fights and picking with so-called white people. They don't. Let's go to real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah, right? Let's go to Jeremiah 12. Jeremiah 12 at the top. Yeah, 12. Jeremiah 12 and 1. Righteous art thou, O Lord Yahweh, when I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgment. Wherefore doeth the way of the wicked prosper? Who the wicked, y'all? Esau, Edom, in their children. They are prospering, and they're going to continue to prosper until Yahweh Shai come down into the wood and take them from out of rulership. This is the only way he's going to get out of rulership. Wherefore doeth the way of the wicked prosper? Wherefore are they happy that deal very treacherously? No matter how treacherously that they deal with us, they're always going to be what? Always going to be looked at as being not the aggressor and the innocent. Verse 2. Thou hast planted them, meaning what? He gave them what? Rulership of the earth for our past sins as well. You know, Esau Edom thinks that that they're not going to pay for those sins of all these Jakes and these Jakes being hung and all the wickedness that they have done in the past and in the present, right? And they still continue to hang us on trees. Look at what happened in the last month or so. Google it. They ain't putting it all over the news because they don't want to be put forth out there because they still want to be what? They want their wickedness to be what? Blanketed, covered up. Thou hast planted them, yea, they have what? Taken root. They have taken root, meaning rulership. They grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near and what? In their mouth. Meaning they can care less about what the Most High say, the Bible, because Esau Edom a long time ago decided not to what? Not to pray to what? The true and living God. That he got his own God, which y'all praying to now, which is the everybody called Jesus. Verse 6 of back over here in Psalm 73 and 6. Therefore pride comes. Let's start back over to verse 5. They are not in trouble. They, Esau, even the so-called white man, are not in trouble as others, meaning the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of the land. Neither are they plagued like other men. They're not plagued like us. Even when they're wrong, they're right. Therefore pride compasses them. Pride compasses the so-called white man. About as a chain, violence covereth them as a what? As a garment. Like I just said, a cover-up. Complete and utterly cover-up. Why? Because their wickedness is what? It's always overlooked. Versus us defending ourselves and viewed as what? They're going to view us as violent. They violent, this is violent, view it as violent, and then they're going to do what? In the process of what? Making us looking like we the aggressor. They're going to start doing what? Demonizing us, belittling us. On what? On a wicked what? Network, meaning the TV. They're going to what? This is what they do. This is what they've been doing, and this is what most of our people don't get and don't understand, because especially Eve, this is a so-called black woman, because she is what? She still walks hand in hand with the wicked man, even to this day. But now she's finding out that Esau Edom can there's no longer dealing with them. Yeah. And they're gonna fall hard. They're gonna fall just hard, just like their enemies, just like our enemies are. For today, you all are the enemies of us, man, including our women. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish, and that fatness is them being what? Proud. Bear with me. Them being proud, they proud as hell, right? And they, they can't help but to to keep oppressing us. And you dumb, the more they oppress us, more should you fool. What do? You what that is? Ecclesiastes 7:7. You all take oppression as what? As love. A lot of times. Surely oppression make of a wise man mad. Y'all not wise, because if you wise, you would know and see that you're being oppressed by your enemies. And the only way, and not take sides. Even when Esau wrong, they don't take when they wrong, they still do what? They still defend their people, regardless. This is what they do. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. Huh? That was a long time ago. Huh? That wasn't me. Speaking about slavery. But they have done what? They still in their what? In their forefathers' homes. They still own their forefathers' what? Businesses. They still run the world. So, what are you talking about? Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. I actually want 32. Isaiah 32 and verse 7, right? Let me move this thing out of the way. Isaiah 32 and 7. The instruments also of the churl, right, are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor. And right now today, the poor today and the needy is what? Is the elect. With lying words, even when what the needy what speaketh right. Even when we're right, we're wrong. It does not matter. Esau Edom is going to what? He's going to take every opportunity to what? To demonize us. Look for a reason to justify being shot 35 times with no weapon. But the liberal, divisive liberal things, and by liberal things shall what? Shall he stand. So no matter how long, I mean, we're going to stand up right and do right. And then there he come bobbing down the sidewalk, you know, that man minding, again, that man was minding his own business, man. And then here comes the what? Then here comes the what? The wicked. In his proud, entitled manner, doing what? We're gonna be oppressed. We're gonna continue to be oppressed by these devils. And it's not going to stop. Right? But Jake, we already have enough wickedness going on with us because we're in what? We're not in our kingdom. Oh yeah. You know what? Let me show you another video, right? Let's go over here right quick. Let me show you another video right here, right? That y'all bear with me right here. This man here just deleted his son. That goes into, this man just deleted his son, y'all. This brother right here just deleted his son. Let's move this thing over a little bit. This man right here just deleted his son, y'all. Can you believe it? And you know the reason he deleted his son? Getting his son's business with his girlfriend. Let's read it right quick. I'm gonna get back to that. It said, father deletes son during domestic dispute after girlfriend called for help. Atlanta police say, hey, it wasn't the police this time, y'all. It wasn't the police this time. Now Jake deleting their own son. That goes into that, what that is, what I read earlier. Matthews. Psychotic behavior, right? What that is, Matthew 24? Yeah, Matthew 24, Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. How often you hear a so-called black man deleting his son for a girlfriend, not his wife, a girlfriend? And this is exactly what he did. These Jakes are stressed out. This Jake probably was stressed out like hell. That woman, quite naturally, he ain't got no love, no true love for his son. Because if he did, he wouldn't delete his son. Who knows? He might have been sleeping with it. She might have been sleeping with the father. Who knows? But let's read it. Let's read this right here right quick. Father deletes son during domestic dispute after girlfriend called for help. Atlanta police say a father in Atlanta has been accused and charged with murder after allegedly deleting his son during a late night argument of a Buckhead apartment complex. The incident occurred after midnight when police responded to the domestic dispute involving the son and his girlfriend. The girlfriend called 911. Did y'all go call 911? I guess not. The police is not the only one deleting us now. Well, hey, most of them will be what? So-called black men in Buckhead. So that's probably why the police ain't, damn, I ain't get a chance. I wanted to delete the nigga first. Boy, I tell you, the girlfriend called both 911. Jake, it's judgment though, Jake. You so-called black people, Hispanic and Native, this is the judgment time of the Lord. Lord finna judge y'all. Well, he been judging you. Since this C-19, he been judging you. You see these people been singing y'all out and deleting you. But hey, a lot of y'all still don't see it. The girlfriend called both 911 and the father. Damn, the father ran over there to help calm the situation, but an argument between the father and the son escalated in the parking lot, ended with what? Father fatally shooting his 32-year-old son. Ain't had nothing to do with his old ass. The father, identified as 54-year-old Durante Tolliver, was arrested at the scene and faces charges as murder or aggravated. Can you imagine that? Going over there and getting in your son business and he had no business. Made me think that him and the daughter got something going on. Why would he be running over there and be playing Captain Sable? Woo, Lord, man. But you know, we're in some terrible times, y'all. We're definitely in some terrible times, and times that we're in is that anything could pop off, and if you're not prepared for what's about to take place, most you need to keep your ass at home and stop running the streets anyway. What that is? What I want? 2 Timothy. Let me get a couple more precepts, and then I'm gonna go back over him to the Edomite over him, which is 3 and 1. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days, perilous times, meaning dangerous time, dangerous situations, perilous times shall come, and that's one of them. All these people in what? Having these psychotic behavior, and they're what? They're prepared to do what? To do a whole lot of point towards a whole lot of negative energy towards you jakes, and you jakes are not prepared for what's about to come. Let's go to you know what? Let's go here. I'm gonna hit a couple more precepts. I'm gonna close this out, man. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. No. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job, right? What I want, Job. Y'all bear with me. I actually want Job 3. Let's go to Job 3. We're back on what? We're back on this the Edomite, the young man here, kicking the man basket, right? 25 of Job 3 and 25. For the thing, meaning the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, which I greatly fear, is come upon what? Upon me. And that which I was what? Afraid of is what will come upon me. Meaning what, man? Meaning the right hand of the Lord, man. And a lot of you are going to, in these days to come, you're going to see a lot of swift actions, and people just really, just truly having psychotic behavior and deleting one another. Because we're in the time of the judgment of the earth, man. And the Heavenly Father allowing these things to happen when beforehand we had what? Somewhat of grace. A grace period. But these grace periods are doing what? It's getting shorter and shorter as the days go. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Jake minding his business, y'all. Jake minding his business, walking out the store. Then here comes what? The entitled little Edomite kicking and on his thing. Now he's what? Now he's in the county jail, finna get deleted. Because they definitely going to 18-year-old, whether he little Skittles or not. Regardless of what he is, he's a so-called white man. So they are not in trouble as we are. So that's the first thing you should be doing, is trying to put your hand on a so-called white man in these times that we are in. It's not going to happen. Let me see. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Let me hit a couple more precepts. I'm going to close this out, man. Do I want that? No, let's go. Let me see. Ecclesiastes 2 and 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Meaning, you know, your afflictions, and make not haste in time of trouble. Meaning suffering. In the hell that about to come. Those of you that have the spirit, the true spirit. Because a lot of people holler about they got the spirit of the Lord. They ain't got the spirit of the Lord. You got the spirit of the devil. Because you still being a demon. You still shaking your ass. You still walking around here and deleting one another and sagging. Right? You're not in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Meaning set your heart means trouble. Because we are definitely in what? In the stages of what? In the beginning stages. A little over the beginning stages of what? Of Jacob's trouble. Let's stay in Ecclesiastes. I'm going to close this out with the last one here, which is Ecclesiastes 25. Ecclesiastes 25 in verse 12. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. And faith, what the key word? And faith is the beginning of what? Of cleaving unto him. Huh? Of cleaving unto him. If this Jake obtained true wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he would have had what? Had have known what not to do or how to react to a situation as such. But being that he's what? He's possibly a 2/3. He's what? Now he's facing hell and in the hands of who? Of an enemy. And we know how that's going to turn out. So on that note, say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Yokak Hudash, Shalom.